So these rumors that I'm hearing about how you signed to Dreamville, what happened? Because everyone is probably like they want to know, especially like artists, people coming up. They're like, how if I want to be on Dreamville, what is the key? What do I do?
Well, what do you do? Like, how do you get signed?
Like, how did you get signed?
Oh, well, times were very hard in DC, and I hopped on a Norwegian flight to Poland.
Okay.
And I was tap dancing my little brown butt off in the streets of Poland, and then Broadway. They invited me out to a nice Poland theater. And Cole and Ebe happened to be in this theater.
Wow,
it was insane in Poland.
That is crazy.
And they were being obnoxious in the gosh darn audience, throwing all kinds of food and balloons. Until
they threw balloons enough.
Until I started singing and tap dancing.
At the same time.
Amazing.
Where is my applause? Okay, all right.
This is a good story.
And then they decided to take me out to Red Lobster, Poland.
Oh, I heard about that Red Lobster in Poland. I heard about that one.
And
the biscuits are special over there, right?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
They're very different how they make them there.
Yeah, the biscuits, girl. All right. So I was a little off with the Alaska. It was Poland. All right.
Yeah,
you play telephone and the rumors and you don't call. But, I'm just so happy that the stars were able to align for you in that way.
It changed my life.
You're on Dreamville. Yeah. How did that happen? And I saw that you're from DC. I'm from Virginia originally, so we're like cousins.
Lit.
Yeah, cousins.
Well, I was stripping at a strip club in Alaska.
I wouldn't even believe that.
And why?
I don't know. You don't even seem like that.
I used to strip.
Wow.
And
I kind of want to believe this story.
And Ebe walked in. And they were like, "Wow, this girl looks like she can sing." And I stopped dancing and I got on the mic and I just started singing my song and they took me to Red Lobster and they signed me.
I love that story.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You know why? Because I've been to a million strip clubs and I never looked at them and said, "Hey, I think that chick can sing."
It was crazy.
So kudos to them.
Can we get that like in cartoon form for a video?
Yeah.
I can see that literally in cartoon form, and then I can see that. So I like that story. So I want that.
That's a crazy story.
I don't know if that's the story, but I want that to be the story.
Omen encouraged them to go out and have some fun that night years ago, and it changed my life.
That's crazy.
I still don't know if I believe this story, but I want to believe this story.
It's true. Alaska. I used to live in Alaska. Juneau. Fairview.
And you thought you were the only black girl in Alaska.
Okay. Wait, what?
I wasn't in Alaska. He just knows that I've been to literally so many places that at this point he just literally thinks that I've lived everywhere. So it doesn't matter who comes in here. He's like, "Oh, you were there too." I was not.
Oh, I thought you were there. My bad.
But I'm ready for this to become your next treatment for your music video. I'm here for that.
I was lying, Megan. I'm sorry. That's
the story that I want. So we're keeping that. We're gonna take that clip, and that is gonna be our story. That's the story that I want.
She's funny.
I do. I love her.
I love you guys. I'm sorry.
That was a good joke.
It was a funny joke.
It's great. I'm just wait.
Oh.
And then you had to say Juneau? She really committed to the story.
I love Alaska. I want to live there.
I've never been to Alaska, but I always see pictures of people in Alaska with the lights and all of this stuff, and it looks kind of cool. So
me too. Yeah.
So maybe we'll take a trip. And
we should all go.
We should all go to Alaska. I mean, but you know what? That question is probably super redundant, so I can see why. But it's also, I'm sure people get excited to be okay, wow, you're I don't want to say the first lady.
Only because it's I know my answer is always boring when I tell it, and I was just I just got to start lying.
You guys are laughing, and I don't know what you're laughing about, and I'm feeling left out.
No, we having a good time.
I'm feeling left out.
Yeah, new at 2, y'all. What's up?
Hot 97. My name is Megan Ryte. We have Ari Lennox in the building.
Hey.
Wait, where's my applause? Ari, what you don't know is that Enuff, He laughs at me when I applause myself.
Really?
But I'm like, who else is gonna be my cheerleader? Who else is gonna applause for me if I don't applause myself? So I'm not gonna applause myself. I'm gonna applause you.
I'll applause you.
And I'm so happy that we finally get to hang out with you. I get serious FOMO when I feel like everybody don't do this enough.
Shame.
Yeah, he's being.
She does it to me.
All
the time.
I don't know. I don't know why. Are you gonna be our therapist?
Guys?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
please.
So this is what happens, Ari. Ari Lennox from Dreamville hanging out with us. First that was Whipped Cream that you guys heard, but this is what happens, Ari. When Enuff's like people that he's known for a long time come in here, I sit here and I just get like, I feel left out because he's having like serious combos with Lil' Kim. Serious combos with like French, serious combos with whoever. And I'm just like, well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. And mind you, I'm just meeting you, but I feel like I know you. So now Enuff is left out because we're the curly hair twins and he's not. So.
No, I'm just realizing there's a lot of girl power.
It's beautiful.
Where's my applause? Where's my applause? Here we go. Hey!
I'm just letting you guys ride. Go.
Ari Lennox hanging out inside of that new at 2. And I can say, even though I don't know you, I feel like I do. I feel like I started listening to your music. I came across it from being a Dreamville fan. And of course, you know, a lot of the members, and big shout outs to Boz and Kaz, like those are some of my peoples. And when I started going back and listening, and I came across your music, and then I started like investigating. So that's when you know when you're a fan, is like when you're like going and you're like looking up stuff and you're seeing what's going on with the artist. And then I started feeling like I was like checking up on you. And I'm like, but wait, I don't even know her. So this is kind of weird. I don't know if she knows that I'm doing this. But I can say that I appreciate you because I feel like I can relate to you.
Thank you.
And I want to know how difficult it is, or do you think it is in the industry that we're in, being yourself?
It's not difficult for me at all because if I were to show up somewhere in like a straight, long, red wig, I
spicy.
think people would be a little alarmed, or I would be alarmed with myself. You know, I'd be just probably falling everywhere, tripping over myself. I wouldn't know how to handle such glam. Like I just have to keep it curly. I have to keep it myself, or I don't know. I love
you for that, though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And it makes me feel like whenever I'm people are telling me that, people don't ever really tell me I have to do anything. But, you know, we live in this, like, social media, IG world, and you see them. And people, like, fix their faces, which is, like, a weird thing. Like, have you ever seen anybody, like, I've been on the train seeing people, like, Facetune, like, they don't like their faces and they look like completely different.
Literally,
they literally
like editing their
but they cinch and they do like, and then it's just like it's a different person. And I appreciate being able to see like somebody who feels comfortable in themselves and it projects. And I feel like it's your role model. Yeah.
Oh no, not role model, but
well, in a way though, in a way, unfortunately, you don't want that responsibility, but it happens,
because
right?
I be drinking sometimes.
It's okay though.
I get ratchet.
Well, you could drink and get ratchet,
but you can. It's not that you have to like do something that like certain people say that you have to do, but being yourself.
One time,
to me, is enough.
I almost got in a fight with a bouncer.
That's fine. Tell me this story. I want to hear this story.
Well, I was just sitting there drinking Andre in front of the club, and the other security guards were like, "Oh, this is fine. Just drink it to the side. You can't bring it in the club." And I was like, "Okay." So I was just sitting there chilling, drinking it, and then this fancy bouncer man was like,
"Fancy?"
Yes, he was just like, "Oh, you're definitely not getting in the club acting like this." And I was like, "What?" And
it happened.
Lunged at.
But you know what? You stuck up for yourself. Where is this applause? Where is this applause?
I had
And so now you're teaching people to stick up for themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Either
way, we can flip it.
Sweet. Why would he be so mean to me?
You know, sometimes I
don't want you to think I'm this
Where
angel
is he?
girl.
But it's not. It's not. Where is he? Because I'm gonna find him. It's not about being that. It's just about, unfortunately, because we're in the eye now, right? And you're just being thrust. Like people are gonna look at you and what you do. And I don't think you realize. Even me, like it inspires me when I see you being yourself, and then when I also see you being vulnerable and talking about certain things. And I had seen some tweets where you said that you were not sure how you felt about being in music anymore. And where are you with that?
Yeah,
now?
Things got really dark that summer, but I realized, music is my therapy. So that's the last thing I want to run from, no matter what's going on in the industry or my personal life. Performing on stage and seeing like a 70-year-old woman, you know, twerking it to backseat, or a 10-year-old kid dancing to backseat, even though that would be terrifying. It's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm thankful. So it makes me realize I got to keep going.
And I'm happy for that. So this is what's going to happen right now. Enuff is going to run out because I wanted him to sit in this interview with you, and I wanted him to smell your hair.
Oh,
so now that he's done that, he's going to run into the DJ booth, and he's going to play your new record with J. Cole. And then coming outside of that record, we're going to talk a little bit about a rumor that I heard about how you actually got signed to Dreamville. I heard it's crazy. I heard it's involving Alaska, Red Lobster, and some other things. So introduce your song for the city. And Enuff is going to play it.
Okay. Yo, this is my song, Shea Butter Baby. It's me, Ari Lennox, and Cole.
Let's do it. It's Hot 97.